Hi everyone, Storyteller here, quickly giving a little bit disclaimer. Yeah, again, this story is kind of all over the place, at least it feels for me. It was made in somewhat of a hurry and fully not sure what to make with the story, but it turned out to become something like this. But I hope you are still able to enjoy this and maybe even forgive all the scuffness this will no doubt hold. I'm not so good with the technology, and my mic is not all. This mic is not not the best, and I probably have to pad out this room so it doesn't echo so much, and probably also have to put something over the mic as well. But these are the worries of the future. And again, I hope you are able to enjoy this, anniversary gift slash very late birthday gift to one and only Takanashi Kiara. And if you're listening to this, I hope you're able to enjoy this in some way also. Well, without any further ado, I'll let you all try to enjoy this one, so hope you will be enjoying it. So till next time everyone, see you around the corner.
It is early in the morning. The forest is calmly quiet. Maybe just a few animals are awake. Some of them I can already hear. They greet the morning like I do when I wake up. The sound of the forest floor as I walk upon it is just calming and soothing. The sun is hidden behind the clouds, but not fully, as there is just enough sunlight to shine through and light the forest. The cool air that raises the moistness from the ground, creating a very thin veil above the ground, giving the forest more of a mystical appearance. I take a good, long breathing in. I hold my breath just for a moment, and then I let it all out to see my breath evaporating in the air. The times I've spent here, while just walking around these woods, filled me up with great many memories and even greater joy. Even if I was just by myself, I was able to enjoy every moment of it. Even when I used to have company with me. Though, not anymore. How much those moments brought so much joy into my life. Yes, they used to. Now all of this just looks dead and lifeless. And yet, even when there is no point for returning to this path, I still do. Why? Maybe just because I've gotten used to it. I have gone through this route so many times as I can remember, and all the good emotions and the memories it brings. But now, I guess I'm just punishing myself. As I continue my usual walk, I smell something. It's not something I usually smell here, and it has me worried. I can smell smoke, freshly burned tree, which is strange, as the moisture of the forest is not fully gone. It should be difficult to burn anything here, unless you have the right equipment. But it must not be a big fire, as I don't see any much smoke or flames. So, at least the woods themselves are not on fire. Someone must have left their campfire unattended. I walk towards the smell, hoping I'm on time to quench whatever fire is left from the campfire. That came from above me. And something
heart just fell against my head. A burnt piece of wood? I look around to see if anyone might have thrown it, but I saw no one or heard any kind of sounds. It's another piece. It's also very hot. I look up and see many branches above me were burned. Strange. Usually when trees are on fire, they start from bottom to up. But even then, it did not look like these trees were burned by a strong fire. It looked more like something had flown past them, leaving burn marks on the trees and sizzling branches.
A very worried and nervous feeling filled my stomach.
Whatever this was, it was not normal. No way it could be any kind of space rock. At least, I don't remember hearing any loud noises, as those things don't usually come down quietly, even the smaller ones. I can see an obvious path above me, showing me the trajectory of whatever had fallen down to the woods.
That nervous and worried feeling only got stronger, and it made me think.
Why was I doing this? What if there's something dangerous wherever this thing has fallen, and it has not happened too long ago? The smoke and scorch is still quite fresh. But someone might be hurt by this thing, I countered myself. Then again, I'm no use to anyone if I just go there and get hurt myself. Another counter. At least I could be helpful this time. A different kind of emotion washed over me with that thought, as I knew it was correct. With each step, the burn marks became lower and lower, and I could now just see beyond the trees, a rising pillar of smoke. I was getting closer. But as I had followed the trail, there was something interesting about the burn marks, and the cinder that was left behind by whatever that fell here. It was not a regular fire. I swore I could just see small bits of green in it. Maybe it was some kind of chemical reaction? Maybe this really was some kind of meteor? Or was this something else entirely? That was a silly thought, but you could never be too sure. So, just in case, I was pretty much trying to sneak around to make sure that my steps did not make much noise. Whatever landed here was close. Now I could see small flames surrounding the area. Thanks to the cool air and the wet ground, the forest did not catch on fire. I heard something just over the bushes. There it was again. Whatever it is, it does not sound dangerous at least. I lowered myself against the ground and crawled slowly and quietly as possible towards whatever that was hidden behind the bushes. With each crawl, I'm getting closer, and I can feel this heat radiating from this area. For a moment, I thought this place had catch on fire, but I don't see any more flames or increased amount of smoke. I now reached one of the bushes that obscured my view and hid whatever creature that was behind them. Carefully, I move the branches as I can get a better view, and I start to see there's a large burnt circle. I can now feel even greater heat coming from it. But I did not see any kind of an object that could radiate such heat. But what I saw on the ground was not what I expected. What I saw was a large bird, probably the size of a giant eagle. I have never seen a bird like this. At least the mystery is now revealed. I now can get up and take a closer look. Seems like it is just conscious enough. I take one step at a time, slowly as possible. The bird, it is amazingly beautiful, although the colors of its feathers seems to be faded. These feathers look like they once were brightly colored, but the passing of time has turned the colors to more murkier. Whatever the colors of the feathers were, now they were more of a dark brown with very dark green tips on the wings and tail, along with its, I guess, hair. I dare to take another step. No reaction this time. Is it dead? I wonder. I dare to take a few more steps, and can't help but marvel at the size of it and the beauty of its presence. Even though its youthful colors have faded, the bird still look beautiful to me. Just imagine how it must have looked when it was much younger. By the way, now it was just laying there and looking very hurt. One of its wings was stretched out further than the other one. Carefully, I reached my hand to touch the bird's body, to feel if it was still alive. I touched the soft feathers. It still feels warm, and I can just feel a shallow breathing, so it's still alive. That is good. I moved to inspect the injured wing quickly. I felt my stomach turn when I saw splatters of blood on the ground and around the wing. I already can tell that it was made by hunting rifle. My hand carefully tried to inspect the wing a little bit more, moving some of the feathers away to see either where the bullet entered or exited. The bird then opened its eyes, and a very dim, purple eye looked at me. You can see ages in those eyes as it stares at me. They are so tired, and yet there still was a strong spark of life in them too. But right now, that eye was filled with simple, pure fear. The bird let out a terrified scream, trying to move itself away from me. The wing quickly pulled itself away from my hands. The bird tried to jump away from me while trying to look big and terrifying, trying to scare me away, as it also tried to get away. It jumped high, higher than I could expect from a bird like that, but the wing was in no condition to carry it away. It came down with a crash. I carefully walked towards it. The bird stirred, eyes opening again, but this time they were trying their hardest to stay open. But the pain was no doubt just too much to bear, and yet it still continued to struggle. I tried my best to show that I was not a threat, that I just wanted to help. In fact, I needed to help it. I extended my hand. It still tried to escape, but I could see it was getting tired very quickly. Soon it became too tired to fight against and just gave up. I took another step towards it, calmly as possible. The bird simply just closed its eye as my hand reached for its beak. I pet it gently. It does not react. Probably lost consciousness again, but it just doesn't care. Again, I look at the wing and see the hole this time more clearly. So far, it seems that the bullet missed the important parts of the wing. I carefully fold it against the bird's side, trying to be careful as possible. I take out my jacket and wrap around the bird, and then pick it up. For such big creature, it's surprisingly light. And not only that, it also feels much warmer than I expected. At least I have something that can keep me warm as I return home. The journey back to the farm went smoothly, and soon I found myself back inside my old home. I quickly got into the living room. The bird now rests on my couch. I, on the other hand, went for my fireplace to make sure it could be just a little bit more warmer. But does it really need more warmth? I ponder. But I don't want to take any risks. I can help this poor creature. A little extra warmth never harms anyone. Soon enough, I got the fire started and the room became a little bit more warmer. I could see the birds staring on the couch, looking more peaceful, but I'm still not quite done. I still have to try to work on the injured wing. Thankfully, it was not so big of a job. Carefully, I bind the wing in bandages. Not the best job, as I am not a vet, but it should do for now. At least it looks more calm, probably even sleeping hopefully. A rush of relief washed over me and I let out a very tired sigh. This morning has been more for me than I expected. Already waking up early in the morning, taking a long walk in the woods, finding a giant bird and rushing with it back to my home, and then trying to patch it up and make sure that the living room was warm enough for it. It's been a busy morning. With everything that just happened, I think I want to take a quick rest. But I can't just leave this creature alone. I can't just leave it. I must be here to make sure it can pull through. I can't leave again. There was that feeling of guilt again. I shall make sure it will get the needed help. I move my chair closer to the couch. I then call someone who knows the vet, and now just wait until they wake up and call me back. Till then, I stay on guard. I sat on the chair, looking at the poor creature laying on my couch. I must stay awake, to wait for the call, and to see that the bird is all right. I try to keep my eyes open as much as possible. Maybe I'm allowed to shut my eyes just for a moment. I hear a scream. I jump up immediately. My room's dark. Did I just already slip through the whole day? Where is it, everyone? Why did no one wake me up? There's that scream again. I run quickly outside to find them. This time I should be able to come to their rescue. I see flames burning bright far away, but I won't let that distance stop me. So I run. I run as fast as my legs allow me, but it's not enough. Everything seems to be so heavy. It is hard to breathe, and my legs just seem to weight a lot more than they should be. And the air around me, it's just too heavy to breathe. But I still continue. I could now smell the smoke as the flames become brighter. I hear the calls from help again. I won't be stopped. I will make it this time. As I get closer, I now see figures moving against the light of the fire. Are they here to help? If so, why are they just not doing anything? Why are they just moving around? I hear the scream again, but I hear something else too. Other voices. They are very distorted as my view of the figures. I'm sure I can even hear laughter. Why are they laughing at this? Why are they not helping, but just laughing? Are those guns they're holding? Yes, those are indeed guns. No, I must be faster. I must save them. Screams can't be heard again. Now closer. But something caused me to pause for a moment.
It is not what I remember. There's something different about that voice. Those voices. I don't know. It does not sound like... No. It must be just my imagination. They are there in the fire. And I have to save them. The figures, they did not see me as I ran towards them and the fire. Better for me. I will teach them. My breath is catching my throat. It is even harder to breathe. Each step now becoming even more heavier. I'm so close. None of these figures have not yet seen me. But with each step as I get closer, the figures still have not become completely clear. They look more like shadows that have taken human-like form. Either way, it does not matter. No time to think as I raised my fist, connected it with first figure, right in the face, taking it and the others by surprise. That was good enough for me. Without any thought, I just ran towards the pyre. None of them seemed to follow me. Within the pyre, I can see something. Something that is not what I expected. Help me! I must save them! This time I can do it. The heat and the smell of the smoke are so strong now. Even when being this close, the fire somehow did not hurt me. They must know something was different, that someone was here to save them. Even the giant piles of wood were just so heavy. I was so certain that my breath would just stop at this point, and I would lose my consciousness. But now, somehow, the cries, for some reason, they sound more far away. I must hurry! I finally found the source of the cries for help. I moved more of the wood out of the way and finally found the source of the cries for help. But again, it is not what I was looking for. And honestly, I don't even remember what I was looking for exactly. In front of me, there is an egg. A bright golden egg. From that egg, I hear small, fearful sobbing and crying. It's all right. You're okay, I say, trying to comfort it. Carefully, I caress the egg's surface, like I'm holding and comforting a child. The poor thing was so afraid, but I was able to calm it. The strange feeling from this egg, that fear I felt from it, started to recede. In its place was something else, I don't know. Comfort? Gratitude? Both? Either way, everything around us became more calm and even warmer. The egg itself was now shining just more brightly. It also felt even warmer, like that bird. A bird! And then the egg exploded in a bright light. I fell down on the floor, the chair crashing right down with me. The entire room was filled with great heat. My eyes and head ached terribly. I can't see anything! Have I become blind? Why did this happen? Didn't I just lower my eyes for a moment? Just for a quick nap? I blink and rub my eyes, trying to restore my sight. Slowly, the different kind of blinding light started to leave my sight, which was replaced by bright stars. So, I had not lost my sight completely. I could just see a little better. I look around the room, trying to see what had just happened. Still not fully able to see everything, just enough. Everything is so bright in here. That light is coming where the bird is. But not only that, there was fire. My couch
and the bird, they were completely swallowed by a pillar of fire. But this was not ordinary fire. Like that golden egg in my dream, the flames were the same color, with splashes of orange and green, and yet the fire did not damage anything. Even when the flames were easily reaching the roof of the room, it was not burning. Same with the couch itself, and the floor, almost like the fire stayed itself and somehow did not burn everything it touched. My sight was almost completely returned. I jumped up quickly, trying to see if I could find the bird, but I could see nothing. This was disaster. I could have let this happen. This is all my fault. I had finally able to show that I could be useful and actually help someone. Even something simple like a bird. The fires are dying down. But I just don't care. I had failed again. The fire has now completely vanished, and there's nothing left of the bird except a pile of ashes. Nothing remains there. It is completely gone. Just like that. Just like that. I failed again. I failed again. What is that sound? There's something under the ash. And move closer to see, and it is something familiar. Something gold. I swap away some of the ashes. Yes. It's that egg from my dream. Only this time it is actually real. And it is hatching. How could this even... A bright light flashes from the cracks of the egg, and then it just exploded. In front of me, there's a small chick. Something that reminds me of the small chickens that are usually in my care. But then, when I thought this was not mad already, the chick started to grow in front of me. Like someone had put on a video that shows birds' full life cycle, but then put that video on a fast forward. In front of me, I saw the chick growing. The yellow color on its body started to darken and turned towards more the color of bright orange. New feathers grew on the wings, familiar looking hair grew on its head. It and the wings had small tips of green on them. The chick has now grown to a full-grown bird, and I just stared in awe. I never had seen something so amazing before. I could now see everything before me. It was like I was witnessing the birth of the sun itself. The sparkling colors were now literally flying across the room, colors of yellow, orange, blue, purple and red. The bird had stopped growing. Now its size resembled more like the one that I had found in the forest just a couple hours ago. Could this be the same bird? Just how? It opened its eyes, looking straight at me. Those deep and bright magenta eyes. There was something about those eyes which made me feel like I was staring into the eyes of the universe itself. Are these the same eyes that had looked at me with tiredness and fear before? But no. There was this warm and appreciative look in them. Is it even possible? No normal bird could look at me this way. It jumped down from the couch right in front of me. It again eyed me, and something happened. I never expected to see. It moved its and muscles around it, which made it look like it was trying to smile at me. It tilted its head, like trying to convey the expression. Then I felt it swing on me as it was hugging me. The familiar warmth again spreading across my entire body. But this time it felt more controlled. And with the warmth came something else too. Emotions that were not of my own. It was just like in the dream, but more stronger. And then I heard the words, "Thank you for your help." They were not spoken by audible words, but somehow through my mind. I felt as the wing left my shoulder, but the warmth still stayed there. The bird then lowered its head against mine, nuzzling against my forehead. "Don't ever doubt yourself," I heard the voice telling me. "You are always important to everyone around you, and you can do so much. Believe in that, and you can rise up like a phoenix from the ashes." And then it became quiet. I felt as the small and warm head left my forehead. The bird, the phoenix, gave me one last look before turning its gaze at the window. She was longing back outside to soar through the skies. Before I could say or do anything, the phoenix lunged itself towards the window, and in a flash, it just vanished, leaving no trace of ever being here. For a moment, I wondered if I had just dreamed it all. This all felt so unreal. But it was real. It was real. I see the ash on the couch and the floor. But I also see something else, close by the window. I take a closer look, and I gasp at what I see. A light green feather laid there on the floor. Few sparks surrounding it before they vanished. So, it was real. I will never forget this. The fact that I, even just a little, was able to help something amazing like a phoenix, to bring something good to it, bring a smile to its face. I guess I can help out more than I expected. I can do even more. Yes, I think that's what I try to do, as she would want that too, like they also